Look, it's okay if you don't remember this card. Why would you? It's well over 15, even 20 years old at this point. It's had 2 or 3 anime appearances, and even then, it got tributed for something better. So why am I even talking about it? Well, this is Jigen Bakudan.
This is a test. This is only a test. This is a test.
Jigen Bakudan. Yes, that is its name. It's a 2-star fire attribute pyro monster with an effect much, much worse than its anime counterpart. Remind you of someone? The card was released in 2002 to North America and most of Europe in the Spell Ruler booster pack as a super short print. This means that the card had a shorter printing cycle in the pack, making it only available at the start of the pack's release, definitely adding a level of rarity to the card. Spell Ruler is a booster that's pretty memorable for such a large amount of cards being forbidden in both the OCG and the TCG formats. Cyberjar, banned. Giant Trunade, banned. Snatch Steal and Confiscation, banned. Delinquent Duo, Painful Choice, The Forceful Sentry, all banned. How about Jigen Bakudan? Well, that's at 3, in both the OCG and the TCG, and I'm pretty sure your opponent wouldn't care if you're caught sneaking about 13 of them into your deck.
Nice.
So what does this card have to offer? Jigen Bakudan, which translates to Time Bomb in Japanese, is a flip monster that does the following effect. After this card is flipped, tribute it during your standby phase to destroy all monsters you control and inflict damage equal to half the total attack of the destroyed cards, excluding this monster, to your opponent. So, you flip him over and he proceeds to obliterate all your own monsters, and you inflict half their attack as some burn damage. That doesn't sound too agonising, and certainly sounds usable if you're into ridiculous victories. That's if you ignore the little detail relating to when that effect actually triggers your standby phase. Most of you will know the phases of Yu-Gi-Oh! By now. Draw, standby, main phase, battle, main phase 2, and end. Where the issue lies with our little time bomber is that it can only be normally flipped during main phase 1 or 2. We've missed our standby phase for this turn already, so when will it get tributed? Well, that would be after this turn, then after the whole of your opponent's turn, and then eventually back to your standby phase. This leaves so much opportunity for your opponent to destroy it, especially with its measly 200 attack stat, one of the lowest in the game that isn't outright 0. Are there any decks where this card could actually add something, like genuinely assist? That's what I've been working on since freeing myself from the Clasp of Time Wizard. Making Bakudan great again. So, some of you will know about the previous NR festival and how you're only allowed to use normal or rare cards in the event. That's a shame for us, as Jigen Bakudan is a restricted ultra rare card due to it being released in Spell Ruler. No, obviously it's normal, because it's shit. This allows us to test it out against some less intense decks. Like, getting a flip effect off in ranked is near impossible with the number of FTK and OTK decks running amok. This is the deck that I've gone for. It's an insect deck, as a lot of the strong insect cards are normal or rare in rarity. DZeef has a really good overview on a similar deck on his channel for ranked that uses some super rare and ultra rare cards, and I'll link that in the description for people wanting to stretch this idea further. The reason I went for this insect deck over some of the other NR archetypes is that you need to get bodies out onto the field to tribute for burn damage. The more I talk about the effect, the worse it sounds, so I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. This deck can potentially get out 4 monsters, and in turn totaling 7,900 attack, so it was ideal for this sort of thing. Obviously, your main plan is to get your Flippy Frog out face down, get Giant Ballpark down, and trigger its effect, so you can get 3 shiny black sea squatters out. And then at some viable point, kamikaze them all into your opponent with Jigen Bakudan for a meme-fueled win. Right? Was this a really hard challenge? Yes. Was this really worth all the effort? Most definitely yes. I couldn't find another video of someone winning with this specific card outside of 2 other YouTubers. One of them playing a Duel Link deck with the ability thrown in there to bolster its damage, and another guy managing it on the 2004 game Power of Chaos, Joey the Passion. It's probably the last year that this card had absolutely any relevancy. This, in my eyes, meant that there was a gap in the meme deck market, and I needed to fill it with this absolutely absurd card. I'm sure you've guessed what happened, so here is a look at what happens when you get a hand that is passed down from the gods.
Holy! Look at all this damage! Yeah, boy.
Bomb has been planted.
Another one, another one.
Hello there.
Rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi.
This is a test. This is only a test. This is a test.
Thanks so much for watching again. I'll try and keep this short. After that duel, I went and bought 3 of these cards to side deck into my locals, and I can put it with literally anything. It's just so stupid, and it's such a ridiculous card to win with. Oh, and if you haven't already and you enjoyed this content, I really appreciate a like and even a subscribe if you want to see some more. I'll catch you next time.